Cities spell hope and create dreams. More than half the world's population now lives in towns and cities. They not only reflect the vision of their makers, but also mirror the daily struggles, anxieties, and aspirations of the millions who inhabit them. While our cities grow in leaps and bounds to accommodate our needs, there is an ever increasing demand for energy. In fact, urban areas account for 3/4 of the global energy consumption and close to 80% of the world's carbon emissions. Scientists are certain that such energy-intensive activities are changing the composition of the atmosphere. The increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is altering the planet's climate and causing global warming. The primary greenhouse gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and ozone. These gases are a natural part of our atmosphere and prevent heat from escaping into space. But human activities, such as the burning of fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, and coal, along with uncontrolled deforestation, have contributed to an abnormal and unprecedented increase in the greenhouse gases. This has escalated the occurrences of heat waves, cyclones, floods, and salinization of the coastline to unprecedented levels. According to the Global Climate Risk Index 2012, between 1991 and 2010, more than 710,000 people died as a direct consequence of 14,000 extreme weather events, and losses of more than $2.3 trillion had to be incurred. As of today, there is a real possibility of the catastrophic disruption of the fragile, life-sustaining ecological system that holds this world together. Today, India is faced with the challenge of sustaining its rapid economic growth while dealing with the global threat of climate change. The National Action Plan on Climate Change, the NAPCC, identifies measures to promote India's development objectives while also yielding co-benefits for addressing climate change effectively. It outlines a number of steps to simultaneously advance India's development and climate change-related objectives of adaptation and mitigation. The Indian government has taken several important steps to curb energy emissions in our cities. Efforts are on to maximize the utilization of renewable sources like solar energy and biogas energy, enhancing energy efficiency in public services, recycling of material and improving waste management, extending the Energy Conservation Building Code, and developing sustainable public transport, among many others. Let us examine some of these efforts by our city managers in making our cities more climate resilient in the course of their day-to-day engagements. India's towns and cities generate 0.12 million tons of solid waste every day, and its decomposition produces huge amounts of methane. Compared to carbon dioxide, which is produced by combustion, methane emissions are 21 times more harmful to the climate. Each day, Mumbai disposes of an average of 6,500 tons of garbage. Added to this is 2,500 tons of construction debris. All this is disposed of at two dumping grounds, located in Deonar and Mulund. The Gorai Creek, which was also operational as the dumping ground for almost 35 years, is closed since 2007. Located right next to the coast and spread over 19 acres, here the garbage was stacked up to 28 meters, as high as an 8-storied building. The practice of open dumping caused severe environmental damage to its adjoining neighborhood. The creek was polluted due to the inflow of leachate, and the air quality in the neighborhood deteriorated from the frequent burning of garbage. The local population complained of various ailments. The impact was so severe that in a city like Mumbai, where land prices are always on the rise, the neighborhoods around the Gorai dumping ground witnessed falling real estate prices. The Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai translated this challenge into an opportunity and took 2 years to scientifically close down the Gorai dump yard. The garbage mound was flattened and then sealed in 3 layers of dense plastic at varying depths. Plastic sheets were used to prevent seepage of rainwater and the formation of leachate, which is essentially runoff from the landfill comprising of highly toxic compounds. Over the topmost plastic sheet, a 120 centimeter layer of debris was laid. This layer was topped by approximately 60 centimeters of earth, on which grass, shrubs, and small trees with shallow roots were grown. By July 2009, this much avoided dump yard had been turned into a lush green landscape.
We are standing on waste only, but this is a compacted waste, and within 15 years this total waste will be settled down. This project we estimated about the 1.2 million CRs will be generated during the next 10 years. And out of that we are contractuated to the ADB bank about 3 lakhs CRs up to 2012.
In 2009, the corporation signed an emission reduction purchase agreement with the Asian Development Bank, and they received an advance of Rs 245 million for the sale of 50% of their certified emission reductions CER till 2012 and verified emission reductions VER till 2014 for this project. This path-breaking project has not only helped improve the quality of life of the people of Gorai, but also helped decrease water pollution, resulting in the rejuvenation of mangroves, which are natural carbon sinks, thus enhancing the biodiversity of the region. The Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai took this initiative primarily to address the microclimatic and environmental issues of the Gorai neighborhood, but in the process, they also managed to effectively capture the uncontrolled emissions of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Using a very different approach, the Vijayawada Municipal Corporation has managed to turn solid waste into an opportunity. Through the practice of composting, the city's domestic waste is now being utilized to improve its urban forests. According to the corporation's records, Vijayawada is one of the few Indian cities with 100% door-to-door garbage collection. The Vijayawada Municipal Corporation collects 550 tons of waste daily from over 0.22 million households, more than half of which is organic and can be converted into manure through vermin composting. This helps in the mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions, as the uncontrolled dumping of organic waste would otherwise lead to methane formation during decay. In addition to household waste, a substantial volume of organic waste is generated in the municipal vegetable markets of Vijayawada. When treated, this waste yields manure to the tune of 5 metric tons every week.
పేడేసినాక కూరగాయలు వేస్ట్ కూరగాయలు కుళ్ళబెట్టి కూరగాయలు ఎండబెట్టి దాంట్లో క్యారీ బ్యాగ్లు లేకుండా గేడింగ్ చేసి అవి వేస్తాం. అవి వేసినాక మళ్ళీ పేడ మళ్ళీ ఎండబెట్టి నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ పేడ వేస్తాం. తెప్పించినాక అవి పచ్చిమిర్చి లేకోకుండా గేడింగ్ చేసి మేము అందులో వేస్తాం కుండీల్లో. వేసినాక చిక్కగా పేడ వేసి మళ్ళీ చిక్కగా కలిపి పేడ పోస్తాం. పోసినాక ఒక నెల రోజులు 15 రోజులు అయ్యేసరికి కుళ్ళిపోతుంది. అదంతా శుభ్రంగా కుళ్ళిపోయిన దాన్ని మళ్ళీ పైన వేసి 2 రోజులు ఆరబెట్టి అప్పుడు దీనిలో.
The corporation operates 11 vermin composting plants, and the manure thus created is then utilized for improving the green cover in the city. It is also made available for sale to the common citizens for their personal gardens and kitchen gardens.
ఈ ఎరువు మేము ఎప్పటి నుంచో వాడుతున్నామండి. దీని గురించి తెలుసుకున్నప్పటి నుంచి 5-6 ఇయర్స్ నుంచి. దీనివల్ల మొక్కలు కూడా చాలా హెల్తీగా ఉంటాయి మనం వాడే ఈ ఫర్టిలైజర్స్ కన్నా వాటికన్నా. ఇంకా మేము అసలు ఏమీ వాడం, పెస్టిసైడ్స్ కానీ స్ప్రే చేయటం కానీ ఏమీ చేయము.
Talking about climate change, eminent environmentalist Peter Garrett had once said, "There is job growth in renewable, there is job growth in energy efficiency, and there is job growth in developing innovative industries and technologies to successfully meet the challenge of climate change." This positive spirit is so successfully reflected in the activities of the Vijayawada Municipal Corporation that it has become an inspirational model for the entire nation in mitigating climate change.